Yo, it's bro Luuh on the microphone. On. What up, YouTube subscribers and newcomers and whoever the heck you are? I'm back for another tutorial. Going back over that young sample chop in MPC Essentials. Yidik. If you're looking at the screen, you're looking at main mode. Real quick, shout out to a couple subscribers. First one is let me scroll through here. Sterling McClary. I think I really want to call you Sterling Money because it just comes out like that, like Sterling Money. Oh, do I got my pop guard in front of my mic? Oh, that's not good. Gotta have that pop guard in front of the microphone. On. All right, so cool. Sterling. Just want to give you a quick shout out, and then I also want to. I'm still adjusting my mic pop guard here. Alright, that's cool enough. Want to give you a shout out, and then also to address your question in my comments. Can you do a sample chop vid? Alright, so that prompted me to do a sample chop vid in MPC Pro, and so it has the same graphic as this video. I dropped it yesterday, and so it's just before this one, and so now I'm doing this one in MPC Essentials. I'm gonna chop up the same sample and give you guys a retrospective view on both an app and also in a program. All right, so this is Mac specific, but the same program is in Windows, so you can definitely do this on your PC. All right, a Mac is a PC as well, but you know, we just refer to Windows as PC, so whatever. All right, so I'm gonna take my time on this one. So all of y'all who hate my jokes, you're gonna hate this video. All of my haters, you know, people who have called me slow and also have said, I had a dude call me a junkie the other day. Where's he at? Let me scroll through here. This dude said, I'm trying to get a hit of the black tar and called me a junkie. EJ Rotolo. It's funny because I'm not even in drug culture like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to be, but I've never had a hit of heroin ever in my life. But that's funny to me that people take the time out to comment. I appreciate the comment though, bro. Just like I was saying in my other video, at the end of the day, you know, when you come through, I get a view and I get a comment. It drives me up the relevant chart, so I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? Call me whatever you want. I love haters. All right, so another shout out. I believe it was one of my female subscribers, Pamela Hoskins. How do I get drum sounds on my Akai Mini? Help. All right, so Pamela, I'm gonna start with you, ladies first. You want drum sounds? I'm gonna show you the most irritating drum. This will be the most irritating drum tutorial you ever had, but it will definitely be education now. So yeah. Looking for a couple more subscriber shout outs. Shout out to Kep1 who hit me up on Instagram. Also shout out to Disciple Down YouTube. He's got a nice little tutorial series on MPC Essentials. Actually, it's pretty big, the one that he did on the folders. I'm gonna do one on the folders as well, just because I think you guys need more of that on the repetitious side. Shout out to J Falcon, the black J Falcon, because I got two and it's spelled the same way. I got a white J Falcon and a black J Falcon in my subscribers. The shout out to the black J Falcon. I just find that hilarious, man. So that's good. Oh yeah, also shout out to Ray Vaughn with 3 V's. You emailed me, I'm gonna get back with you. Just been very busy. Alright, so do. Let me get to the young lady first, just like I had said. Pamela on camera. I'm not an amateur damager. Now let me stop. Alright, this is not a freestyle video, this is a tutorial. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I got my young Akai MPK mini. Let me make sure my program selected is on program 2. You dig? For y'all newcomers, I'm gonna go to this MPC Essentials drop down menu, check for updates. Anything popping? Oh yeah, I'm not connected to the internet. Forget about that. Make sure you do it though. Then preferences, make sure my MIDI controller is being recognizable. Blah. Alright, cool. So I'll just go over those little things just so you guys are up to speed. If this is your first Akai MPK mini video, dude, I got a playlist. I got several playlists that go through connecting the joint to your iPad, to connecting it to your computer, to controlling software, all kinds of stuff. I even got premium content, so go ahead and check that out. Okay, Pamela. Bottom left hand corner, I'm gonna pop open my my elements. Should I go to UK? Nah, I'm gonna be very irritating. I'm gonna be uber irritating on this. This is gonna be uber irritating. Let me go to the actual files on the joint, and then I'm gonna go to my first folder. Then I'm gonna go to all kicks, XPM. Alright, so this file is basically a file that will pull up all kicks, just like it says. Pamela, you want to get drum sounds? I'm gonna show you how to get drum sounds. And while that's loading, because that's gonna take a minute, let me tell y'all a story. So there was this guy who jumped in a cab, and when he jumped into the cab, he told the guy, hey, you know, take me to the airport fast. I guess he was an Uber, Lyft, whatever. So he jumps in the Uber, and he's rolling. So about 2 miles in, the guy's like, hey, I think we're a little bit off course. Do you know where you're going? And so the guy doesn't respond. So he reaches up and taps him on the shoulder, and the driver screams, ah! Drives off the side of the road, bloop, jumps a ditch, and hops a curb, and almost crashes into a building, right? So it stops inches from the building. And so the driver turns around and says, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? The passenger's like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm cool. And the driver's like, it's totally my fault. And so the passenger's like, no, I didn't know that tapping you on the shoulder would cause it would startle you. And so the driver says, no, it's really my fault. See, today is my first day driving Uber, but I've been driving a hearse for 25 years. All right, so that's my young joke for the day. You see my kicks are still low. Now, for my subscribers that's watching this video, if you like Uber slow, you see what I did there, Uber slow, then you won't get that Uber joke. But yeah, it's all gravy train with biscuit wheels. So as we load these kicks, and you can see we're over 70 kicks in right now. I mean, how many kicks could you possibly need, right? So we got all of our kicks loaded in, bada bing, bada bip. And did I actually drag my kicks onto, well, we have our kick samples over here. I should have drug my kick joint onto the pads, because that's what I actually want to do. I want to load these. Alright, I'm gonna just kick replace, and I actually want to load these to the pad, so maybe I got another joke up in me. No, I loaded pretty quickly. Alright, cool. So Pamela, what we've done is loaded it's over 50 kicks. They're all on the pads, and so if I scroll up and down here, you'll be able to see all of the banks through bank E to pad 9, E9. We got 73 kicks in here. Alright, so you should be able to control those with the keys. Let's go up an octave. Alright, so that is how you get drum sounds into your MPC Essentials, Pamela. So shout out to you, I appreciate it. If y'all haven't turned on post notifications or video notifications on YouTube, right next to the subscribe button, after you subscribe, wink wink, click on the notifications button so you'll know when I upload new joints. I'm gonna click new project just because I want to not save all of these kicks, because we're about to get into the meat of this tutorial. So Pamela, I hope that helps you out. And I also have more drum sounds on selfie.com/brotherluuh. The link will be in the description. But for those of y'all that can't read, well, you probably won't be able to spell either, but it's sellfy.com/brotherluuh. Selfie. So yeah, shout out to De Jour Brooks as well. I believe I gave him a shout out on the other video, but it's all gravy. All gravy. I may need a new slogan. All gravy. Gravy train with biscuit wheels. It's getting kind of played. Anyway, so what I'm about to do right now is chop up that same drum sample that I used in MPC Pro yesterday. For those of y'all that was rocking with me yesterday, I keep toggling this window like something about to pop. I know it's in folder 3. And then I'm going to go into my Pit the Kid Foreign SHXT kit. And then Pit the Kid, PTK, Pit the Kid. It's in drum loops, and it's the distant shuffle. Okay, I'm gonna just drag this into my sample bin real quick and unload that. It's a decent drum sample. So now that I got him loaded up, I can double click him here, or I can click on the sample edit tab up here, blot out. So I'm gonna select this section here to be able to chop, and then I'm gonna go to the chop section over here in the left. All right, let's get rid of that window, give ourselves some more real estate. So there's a few options that I have here. This is a section that you treat a sample, and you can do all kinds of crap to it. You can destroy it by putting like changing the bit rate here in the sample, bit reduce. You can copy it. You can pitch shift it, change the the pitch and the tempo. You can stretch it out. You can shorten it in the time stretch as well. You can normalize it, and you can extract a certain section. Let's do that. So I'm going to audition this first little section here. I don't want the rest of this sample. I'm gonna just use this. let's see if I can make a perfect loop. Did I say perfect? Perfect. Perfection. The young lady is perfection. Alright. So what I'm doing right now is I'm truncating to the first transient. Same thing I did on the iPad. Right? Let me scroll back out. And so what I'm doing right now is zooming into the transient. So that looks like it's the beginning of a loop. But I'm not sure because I'm not perfect. I'm not the best at this. I'm not claiming to be. I'm pretty good though. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I'm going to zoom in to the first transient on the first kick. And I'm going to zoom in on that. And what I'm doing is I'm isolating. I'm setting up barriers or a parameter for the section that I want to extract before I chop it up. I could have started chopping already, but what I wanted to do is show you guys how you can take a sample from a sample and create a new sample and then chop that. Because a lot of times you may have a sample that you downloaded that's freaking, you know, 50 years long, and you may just only want like a couple seconds of it. So I have within these parameters, the red and the green, the sample that I want to extract. So I'm going to click on extract, blot out. And so you see here in this little graphic, it says new sample. You're going to take that out of this section. All right. And you can also change your mind here and say, no, I don't want to extract. I want to delete or whatever. But this is how we extract. I'll rename this YouTube chop, and then I'll say do it. These coders are really getting they're getting extra, because I remember back in the day, well, you know what, I don't want to tell my age. Some of these apps are just super cool. Alright, so once I said do it, now we got the YouTube chop over here, and you can see that the section that we just extracted is there. Now when I click on the original sample, you can see that this area is still highlighted, but what I want to do is delete that because I'm not going to use it. And I can purge all unused samples, which will delete both of these because I'm not using either of these. Or no, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to show you guys that, but I want to right click on it and I want to delete this individual sample. Are you sure? No, I'm not sure. Alright, so I click on delete and I'm going to check and see if this is a perfect loop. It's probably not, but you know, hey. So yeah, once I go into the edit section or the trim section, I can click on play loop and it should loop the sample for me. So yeah, it is looping, but that's not a perfect loop. It's good enough for me. So it's gonna play all the way through. Now that we have our section extracted that we want to do a sample chop on, we can start chopping. So I'm gonna go back to the chop section, and right now we're on manual. And so manual chopping is dope because, you know, when I hover over a section, automatically get a cursor and I would just click to chop the joint. Another option that you have, which is really good, is Regents Threshold. Just will detect certain transients depending on what you set the sensitivity to. Regents is what I use mostly because of the fact that it just gives you, you know, however many that you specify. I want 16 chops, bam, 16, and then I just reposition them and I put them on bank A, you know, and then I can control them from my menu, you dig? BPM goes by the beats per minute. It will automatically detect, or you can put the BPM in and then it will chop it automatically. But I usually just go to Regents and then I go to 16, right? And you can bring this number down if you want. You can say I only want 8. You know what I'm saying? Or you can count the transients. Be like, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's go 10 chops. And then we'll just reposition the joints. Make sure you have link slices on so that when you drag the end of one sample, it will be the beginning of the other. And if you drag the beginning of one sample, it will be in the end of the previous sample. So what I'm doing is zooming in to the first beginning of the transient here so I can chop the crap out of this sample. So that's good enough for me. As you can see, the red and the green indicate the beginning of one and the end of another. And this is definitely a stereo recording because you can see that the right channel has detected a sound wave, or sound wave is recorded a little bit before, on the right hand, a little bit before the left hand channel. So you can see here the kick begins here, but then on the left channel it begins here. So we're just going to chop him right at the beginning of the wave on the right channel. Then we'll go here and chop away. We'll zoom in. See here on the left channel, it begins a little bit quicker. So that's cool. Chop, chop, chop. And so, you know, basically what this this skill will add to your arsenal is the ability to take a sample, no matter what it is, whether it's drums or horns or whatever. Sampling is really an art form. You know, I may show you to chop this way. Some other people chop other ways. It's really, you know, it's kind of like painting a picture of what you want the listener to, or viewer to see. The section that you use is kind of like your paint and on your canvas. And there's so many different styles of chopping. I'm just showing you one. This is a transient chopping, but you also have region chopping, and you have loop chopping. Some producers like to get a perfect, super, uber tight loop, so that when they go to chop it in 16E regions, everything's even. And so that's one of the more common ways. This style of transient chopping is more of a chop style. I would say cats like Just Blaze will use this style of chopping. A Primo would use this type. DJ, hold on, give me a second. I gotta get this perfectly right. Perfect. Yeah, a Primo, a DJ Premier of Gangstar would use this style of chopping, and a gang of other producers. And so there's several different styles of chopping, man. I mean, I wouldn't just get stuck on the Luuh way. And I don't use this style all the time. I'm just showing you the intricate way to do it, so that some of the easier styles of chopping are when they become clear to you, then you'll have this skill under your belt too. because sometimes you just want a horn blast, or sometimes you just want a nice little guitar riff like bling, and then you can take that and pitch it up and down, and you know, throw that on a beat like that, or build from it. So it's good to have this stab chopping. These are called stabs as well. It's good to have this skill. So we got 10 nice little chops here, and you can click on the bottom of the sample to audition it. Nice little clap. So here I have a clap inside of this kick, and so if I wanted to, I could throw another chop in here, somewhere up in there, and we'll give it 11 chops. Then I'll zoom into that chop that I just made, and I'll drag him in. It looks like the transient begins here, but sometimes when you have something as heavy as a kick, it's hard to tell where the other instrument lies beyond that kick chop. That sounds good enough. Alright, so we got 11 slices here, or 11 transients, or 11 chops. I'm going to zoom all the way back out. And so you have several different options of what you can do with this sample. What I want to do is create a new program from this, and slice this to the pads, right? So I'm going to go to new program using slices, and I'm going to use non-destructive slices, and I'm going to just click on two bars. It doesn't matter. I click on create event so that I can see where the chops belong on the grid, and I'll show you that in number bars. That doesn't matter, because once you start making the beat, you're going to change that anyway. So I'll click do it, and then you'll notice on the right hand side you'll get a new program. And so once you click on that program, and then you go to the main mode, you'll see your slices are on the pads. And when you create events, these bars create MIDI events. I'm not going to use these. I just like to see them so that I know where things are. I'm going to hit Command A and delete all of those events. And then at this point, I could take my bars up to 4 or 8 or 16 or whatever you like to do. And I can now play my samples with my pads. So we only got 11 chops. Let's see. I like these claps. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely save this. That's gonna make a banger. So let me show you another way that you could use the sample chop section to create a new drum kit. So now what we've done is we've created a drum kit from non-destructive editing. We've created this new program with samples that MPC Essentials detects by the numerical value of where we placed the chops. Okay, so what I want to do now is create an entirely new section of samples from these chops. And so what happens is we're going to create brand new samples, and so we could choose and highlight a sample to one pad that we have highlighted, or we can create a new program. And this is an extraction method where we take the original sample and then we totally destroy the joint to chop it up. And so I don't recommend using this unless you know what you're doing, but at the same time, it is good information for you guys to know. So we're going to crop the samples. We're going to create a new program. We're going to create new events, and we're going to replace what's there already. If you're starting fresh with a fresh sample, it won't say that. So I'm gonna just click do it, and so all of those regions that we selected will be brand new chopped up samples. Let me go back to if I did that correctly, because sometimes I don't do everything correctly. Okay, so I don't want to see these events, and I'm gonna go to all samples, and so you can see here all 11 samples have become new. Let me give myself some more real estate here. All these samples have been chopped up and individually placed onto the pads, and so it's no longer let me make sure this is YouTube chop 1, and I'll go to sample edit. So it's no longer the if I go to all samples, it's no longer the region section of the YouTube chop. Now we have each individual sample, whether it be the kick, the snare, the hi-hat, and at this point what you could do is you could take these samples and you can export them and use them however you want. Sometimes I'll take them and throw them into my iPad or whatever, but yeah, so that is how you sample chop in MPC Essentials in depth. Once I go to my mixer section, I'm gonna just throw this in. Once I go to my mixer section, I have 11 chops here, so each sample chop can get up to 4 VST audio effects added to it, so you can throw some delay on a sample, you can bring the volume down or pan it or whatever. And then let me throw another extra little tip in there. So now we have 11 sample chops. Let's just say with pad 1 I want to trigger more than one sample. I could put another chop here, and I could put another chop here, and so this works really well for you producers that like to layer sounds. And so let's just say you want to layer 3 different types of kicks to get that punch. I'm in the wrong bank. You can layer those sounds that way, and then go to the mixer and then bring that volume down so that you can stay within your parameters. You know, you don't want to be clipping and distorted and all that stuff. So I will give you some more tips and tricks, but I can't give you all too many. So that's pretty much this video tutorial. So as you can see here, I got 4 samples being triggered by 1 pad, and it's got that punch. And it may be clipping a little bit, whatever. So yeah, I could throw some effects on that or do whatever I need to do. So I showed you guys how to sample chop and how to create a new program, and that's pretty much it. So again, once I go back to my YouTube chop sample, I have a non-destructive edit, which is the one that I use mostly. I mostly use the non-destructive edit unless I need to take a beat or a session to another studio. But even then, you know, I can track things out of MPC Essentials, track the full beat out rather than having to, you know, take the samples. But if I'm collabing with another producer or something like that, I can just extract the sample, you know, and shoot them over a folder or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's how you put those samples on the pads. And then that's how you get started making your beat. a nice chop. So anyways, that's how we do that. That's how we get down. It's Luuh. Another crazy, insane, uber joke MPC Essentials tutorial. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. Make sure you let all my haters know that I got something for them. And that's the business. Shout out to the homie RJ. Shout out to Track Runner. Shout out to Pit the Kid for this dope sample chop, sample kit, sample pack. And make sure you guys go and grab a couple of my sample packs as well. I know you guys enjoyed this tutorial because I enjoyed making it. And there will be definitely more to come. Yeah, that's it, man. Get out of here.